Hi guys, today we will be teaching you how to create an origami dragon just like this one. Let's get started. You're going to need a 6x6 inch piece of origami paper. I have a pink one with a white background. We're going to fold this in half into a rectangle. You're really going to crease it. This is called a valley fold because once we unfold it, there's going to be a little divot and a little dent in the middle, just like a valley. And once we unfold our paper, we're going to fold it the other way, right? We're going to put those two other corners together. Make sure that it's very straight and that rectangle is nice and rectangular. And we're going to crease that aside. Make sure it's really, really creased. Next, we're going to turn our paper so it looks like a diamond and fold that top corner all the way down to the bottom one. So now it looks like a triangle. We're going to crease that edge too. Once that is done, we're going to turn it the other way and meet the other two corners. So we're also creating that same looking triangle, just a different way. Next, we're going to open up that piece of paper again, so it's a square again. And then we are going to do what is called a squash fold. So this is where we kind of flatten out that piece of paper again. Alright, so I'm folding that inner corner in and I'm then folding that next one in. Alright, you can see that my hands are pushing that paper out. And then I finally push that last bit down. Alright, so now it's a smaller square or a diamond. Now I'm going to fold in one of those four flaps. So there's that middle crease in that middle of the diamond, and we are going to fold that flap so we can line it up with that crease. And then we're going to repeat that 3 more times, 1 on this side and 2 on the other side. You can see that the 2 sides meet perfectly right in the middle of that diamond. Now very, very creased. We're going to flip it over and repeat that process. You can see that I'm really lining up those edges to make sure that this turns out pretty neat and pretty precise. Once we have that those inner 4 corners folded in, we're going to do what is called a petal fold. It's very similar to a squash fold, so we're going to unfold those corners and then open up that top flap so you're going to see the white inside. Then we're going to take that folded area where it's creased and we're going to just push it in. We're going to cover that white area and really crease it again. This is the first part of a petal fold. The next part is doing it on the other side of that same petal. Alright, we're gonna crease it. You really want to make sure it is nice and flat. Alright, you can see that now there's just a kite looking shape on that side. Next, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to flip it over, open that up, and then cover that white by pushing in that section. We're going to do that same thing on that same side, and you're going to see that now instead of having that kind of square base in the back, it's going to look like a diamond or a kite again. Once we have that petal shape down, we're going to open it up by folding up that top flap, and now it's going to look like 2 triangles put together or another diamond, just a lot longer and bigger. You're going to see those 2 sides of the paper meet. Now we're going to fold the bottom 2 legs. So those 2 pieces are separated, and we're going to fold them up to that middle crease, right where that corner of that diamond is. We're going to fold both of those legs up. And then we're going to take those legs and we are going to open up that middle flap. You really want to make sure that we are being very precise. Alright, so you can see that I'm pushing down on that paper, trying to make sure that the paper isn't crinkling or crumpling too much. Alright, once that is pushed in and I have creased it, we're going to move on to that second one. Alright, so I'm going to open up that flap again, make sure that it is flat, and then we're going to fold along that crease, kind of push it in there, and then squash it. Alright, here comes the tricky part. So we're going to open up that flap again, right? We're going to go on that outside instead. You see that little triangle there? We're going to open that up so that we can then fold down that little sliver of paper and make it even smaller. So you see I'm holding that triangle and now I'm going to crease it, right? Crease it so it's nice and thin, and then we're going to take where that creased triangle is, we're going to fold into that middle line, right? We really want to line it up because this is going to make the tail and the head, it's going to make them very sharp, very precise. You can see I'm flattening out the edge, and then I'm holding this and we're going to push down that fold and make sure that it's lined up, and this is making our legs now. Alright, so you're going to push down on that triangle. Now we're going to repeat this again. We're going to do this 3 more times. 1 on this one and then 2 on the other legs. Alright, so you can see I'm pushing down on that, I'm folding it over, having it meet with that middle seam, and then I'm going to continue creasing. I'm going to fold it down even more and then have it meet at that triangle and really try to make a very good crease. Alright, we're going to repeat that on the other leg. Alright, once we have those creased, we are going to move on to the wings. To do the wings, we are going to take those middle triangles and fold the first one to the left, creasing it until that middle line. Alright, we don't want to crease it all the way. We're going to repeat that, folding the wing to the right and creasing it on the left until that middle line. We really want to make sure that we do not go past that middle point, alright? See how we have a triangle? We're going to use that as our guidelines for our next petal fold. Once we finish with that one side, we're going to flip to the other side and repeat that same process. Make sure those wings are folded to one side. I folded mine to the right, so they're out of our way. Now we're going to take that left flap right there. We're going to fold it to the right and really crease it. That one might be a bit tough to fully crease, but you got it. Alright, we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. Crease it and flatten it. These are going to be our front legs. So then we're going to take that leg and fold it the other way, right? We want that edge to meet where we just creased it. Alright, so it's going to be another triangle. Very geometric. Now we're going to flip it over and repeat that on that other leg. Next, we're going to take that wing and we're going to fold it to the right and then crease it, having it go diagonally upwards. Alright, so it should spike right out of the dragon, just like so. It's going to be more triangles and it should match on both sides. Next, we're going to move on to the back legs and we're simply just folding those legs to the right, having them meet. There's no crease to fold or to follow, but you can make them however you want them to be. Next, we are going to move on to the head. Alright, so we're going to fold that little spike upwards so it's flat against those legs. Alright, you want them to meet. And then we're going to open up that sliver, do a squash fold, right? So we're going to push the neck in until we have that little crease, and then we're going to keep pushing and fold it over itself, just like that. And then we're going to really crease it, make sure that those two parts stay together. And then we're going to do 2 more squash folds, really folding down the tip of it so we can make the head. And we're going to open it and then squash that paper in again. And then finally we're going to make a little horn. So we're going to fold that tip all the way back into the head, just like that. Now we're going to finish this dragon off by folding its tail. We're going to do several squash folds and we're going to make the tail kind of arc. Alright, so see, I folded it there, right there, and then I'm going to open up that tail and squash it in and then have it fold on over itself. Alright, so it's going to create a stagger effect. Then we're going to repeat that 2 more times, folding it and then opening the tail, squashing it till you see that diamond shape, and then folding it over. Alright, you see right there. I'm going to fold it and crease it. And then we have one more. This one might be the trickiest because it's so tiny, but you're going to fold it again and then open it and then squash it. And there you have it, your very own origami dragon. Thank you for watching.